It's day 3 in a row here at the Mountain America Credit Union Community Iceplex, where the Arizona State women's hockey team will do battle this time against another foe. They welcome in from Amherst, Massachusetts, the UMass men at women. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth, Brendan Paul, alongside Lachlan McTagg. And Lachlan, 3 games in 3 days, and it will be 4 and 4 tomorrow. Conversely for UMass, this is their 10th straight game on the road. What kind of wear and tear effects does a long trip on the road have on a team?
Yeah, although it's their 10th in a row, they did have the Christmas break, but still you play a stretch of road games before the break, and then right after, don't have much time to get back on campus. You hit the road once again, and it's just the hotel rooms, the long bus rides, and the late nights, early mornings that come with being on long road trips. And for UMass, they played in Tucson 2 nights ago, had yesterday off, which probably was a big relief for them. They probably haven't had a Friday off since they got back to campus after winter break, so a good reset, and now going into a crucial 2-game stretch with a good team in Arizona State.
It was a 4-1 win on Thursday night. Let's take a look at these teams' head-to-head stats. Obviously, a couple more games on the radar for UMass. They've got 22 points, 9-6, 1 and 3. The 3 being ties, a rarity after overtime. They don't go to the shootout, but Arizona State, they split the Thursday-Friday series 1-1 against a good team, and a couple of high-scoring teams in the independent of Division I.
Yeah, Arizona State played 2 tough games against Midland University, and they're ranked number 4 going into the series. Arizona State on the Thursday night squeaked away with a 2-1 victory, which is massive for them in the rankings, as they're, I believe, 13th or 14th in the rankings. So to get a win against a top 5 club team is huge for the program. They weren't able to get it done. They scored early in the game on Friday, but eventually lost 2-1, so they're looking to get back on track here this weekend against UMass.
Kylie Brown had both goals in the Thursday win. It was Sydney Paulson who scored the lone goal last night. Let's take a look at our players to watch tonight for ASU. It's Taylor Biermeyer, who had an assist on that lone goal last night, tied for the team lead in that department with 7. And on the other side for UMass, it's Shelby Little leading the team in points and assists. Lachlan, what do we need to look out for from Biermeyer as we go into this game?
Yeah, she's leading the freshman class on this Arizona State team in points, and she has 2 assists in her last 3 games, and she's going to be on the second line between Lula Swanson and Sydney Paulson, so plenty of action from those 2 players. Obviously, Swanson and Paulson represented Team USA with head coach Lindsay Ellis at the World University Games, fresh back from Italy just a week ago. So a good opportunity for Biermeyer to continue her pace.
The jet lag not seeming to be a factor yet for Arizona State. We'll hit a quick break after the national anthem and starting lineups conclude. We'll be back with Puck Drop here from the Iceplex. Just about ready for puck drop here at the Iceplex. Brendan Paul alongside Lachlan McTagg. Starting lineups just announced. We'll take a look at the starting goalies for both sides. For UMass, it's Mary Honan, making her 11th start this season with a 4-3-1-1 record, a GAA just above 3 at 3.11, and a .909 save percentage across the pond. 3 starts in 3 days for Quinn Eatinger, and she has been phenomenal this weekend.
Yeah, you knew coming into this season, especially with so many graduating players, especially on the defensive end for Arizona State, that Quinn Eatinger was going to have another phenomenal season, especially after that Nationals performance that garnered national media attention. And they've rode her all season long, and she's answered the bell every single time they needed her, and they'll need her once again against a good UMass team right on the Nationals bubble.
49 of 50 Eatinger stopped on Thursday, only allowed 2 last night against the Warriors in a unfortunate 2-1 loss. And back between the pipes tonight, starting forwards for ASU will be Bree Powell, Sam Murphy, and Kylie Brown, and starting on defense, the top pair, Ellie McKenna and Kate Streak. Face-off is dropped. We are underway from the Iceplex for Game 3 in 3 days. ASU controlling in neutral ice. It's intercepted and turned over. Kylie Brown possessing. Now it's Shelby Little, who we highlighted in the pregame, strutting down Broadway. A couple of skaters taking a trip as that one's in the near side corner. Played out now. Bree Powell with speed down the near side boards. Slowing up Powell. Back for McKenna, just lost it off the blue line, and they'll have to retreat. Wrapping around the board, looking for Roach. Roach lost it. Here's Swanson off a change. Swanson's shot tipped into the netting. Just about 48 seconds into this one, we got a whistle and an offensive zone draw coming for the Sun Devils.
Yeah, UMass very lucky that it didn't turn into something more than that from Lula Swanson on that partial 2-on-1. Elected to shoot there. I believe had Paulson streaking to the net. UMass lucky to get away with nothing on that 2-on-1 opportunity.
Bierlmeyer and Dustin on the face-off. It's controlled by the Sun Devils. Shot on, gloved out of the air by Honan. We'll get another whistle as pretty solid shot from Georgia Dezane, the freshman.
Yeah, Dezane and Hannah Coons, both lefties, so Georgia Dezane, the freshman, will play on or offside. It's better for lefties playing the right side, especially for taking the puck off the wall and walking and shooting quickly.
Tied up in the corner, Sydney Paulson. Now leaves it for Bierlmeyer, our player to watch, who turns and tries a sharp angle shot, but Honan steers it away. Swanson back for Dezane, lost it off her stick, but is able to keep it in the zone. Dezane will clear that one out. Aaron Bennett from Medford, Massachusetts on it now. Dumping this one around, Eatinger hand up. We will indeed get an icing, 18:36 to go. Shots 3-0 ASU.
Arizona State doing a good job. We saw with Bree Powell, first shift there, driving the defense wide, stopping up, and that opens up the point men. That's going to be key for ASU to move the puck low to high and stretch out the Minutemen defense.
Kristoff and Gracie Bagnall, that third defensive pairing, ready for Arizona State as the faceoff is tied up, and immediately is won over to Kennedy Pearson. Kristoff lost it. Skating down is Balerna for the Minutewomen. They'll be wearing their red jerseys tonight with black pants and a black helmet. Sun Devils in their traditional home whites. Bagnall will recoil, look to set something up here. Working it up for Ring. Ring turning and twisting in front of the UMass bench, slowing up, tried to center one, but it'll go out of the zone as ASU was caught in the middle of a change. Ring playing that one up. It's taken away by Lily Sparrow. She had a goal in their last game against Arizona, a game UMass won 4-1 on Thursday night. This one deep in the zone. It's Evelyn Olson who lost it. Now a turnover. It's Enright working it back for Olson, trying to center it in front, but Honan able to stick it away. Now McKenna's slap shot wide right of the net. Still in play. Streak over to McKenna. McKenna tipped in front. The rebound falls in front of the crease, but UMass is able to clear it out just enough and now get it out of the zone. It's Julia Williams. Now here's McKenna, the captain. Right face-off circle shot is gloved by Honan. And ASU dominating early here in the first 3 and change.
Yeah, very good shift on the left point from Kate Streak. 2 assists a couple nights ago, and she's did a really good job at using the entire ice. Used her partner Ellie McKenna very well in the offensive zone and caught UMass as well on a change, allowing ASU to kind of re-up on their attacking force.
This one dumped down into the ASU defensive zone. It's Georgia Dezane who will play it up. Trying to work it out. Now they finally do with pace as Sam Murphy. All-time leader in program points. Can't beat the icing. So back down on the Amherst end. Well, they're getting one of their first offensive zone draws of the game.
Yeah, and it's crucial for UMass to establish some kind of presence. There was a mini 2-on-1 break in the first shift of this game, but UMass really hasn't had the puck a whole heck of a lot in Arizona State's end.
A little confusion on the line. UMass has 7 skaters out there, and now they blow it dead as looks like a defensive pairing was caught up, as there are still 7 skaters, and now it will be.
And there's no penalty being called. This is incredible.
Interesting to see.
I haven't seen that in a very long time. Usually those kind of communication errors happen, when you change on the fly. You'd expect that, the old 1 guy off, 2 on, and we saw that happen last night in the Arizona State-Colorado College game where ASU got called for too many men on the ice, but you rarely see 7 players go out to take an offensive zone faceoff.
They wanted to take every bit of advantage they could on this offensive zone draw. Lindsay Ellis not too happy with the no call. Faceoff controlled by UMass. A wrist shot on by Lila Roach. Doesn't quite make it to the net. Now here comes Bree Powell the other way. She's got Kylie Brown. Bree Powell's wrist shot is gloved away by Honan, and she'll cover up for a whistle.
A big mistake by UMass on the forecheck. They did not have a third player high in that zone. They went all out on the forecheck down low. Good play by Hannah Coons on the left side. And when you leave Sam Murphy and Bree Powell open, they'll do their work. And Kylie Brown was an option on that 2-on-1, but Bree Powell elected to shoot that.
They'll keep Kuntz and Dezane out there, the lefty-lefty defensive pair, the second pair on Lindsay Ellis's line tonight. Kylie Brown going 1-on-4 against the Minutemen. A shot gloved out of the air by Honan. Kylie Brown has been on quite the heater, as we talked about. Both goals in the 2-1 win on Thursday night against Midland.
Yeah, she's been outstanding this season for Arizona State. She was a headline freshman player coming in, had offers to go Division III and Division I, elected to come here to Arizona State, and head coach Lindsay Ellis certainly happy with that choice. Also represented Team USA at those World University Games in Italy.
It's Kristoff in the defensive zone. UMass applying quite the forecheck there, but able to get it out as Paulson whiffed on it. Bierlmeyer into the zone. Near right side, Taylor tried to go short side, now wraps around the net. Far side, it's still loose, and eventually Swanson will play it back out. Wrist shot blocked in front. Good job by Kelly Balerna to get her body in front of that one. Now Bierlmeyer from the side of the net. Honan had it for a moment. It's jarred loose, but referees will call for a stoppage. Just about 4.5 gone here in this opening frame. 9-1, the shots in favor of ASU.
And ASU once again doing a great job at stretching out the defense, going from left to right across the point, opening up opportunities. And Bierlmeyer playing with so much confidence right now. You can just see that in the way she's carrying the puck in the offensive zone.
McKenna did a nice job to keep it in for a moment, but coming the other way is Sydney Idle, one of the alternate captains on this UMass squad. That puck was loose in front for just a moment. ASU able to steer it out of danger. Paige Ring with it, trying to work it up to Mara Draper. Draper will dump it around the boards. Paige Ring and Paulson both go low. This one's played out to the blue line, but kept in. Good play by Kate Streak. Now Enright coming in on that fourth forward line, doing a nice job to keep possession as it's tied up in the corner. Liv Lavelle now in the corner, Streak battling as well, right in front of that UMass bench. Lavelle has it out. Now back to Streak, slowing up, trying to get the puck in deep, but it's intercepted by Riley Evans, and that one will exit the zone via a misplay by McKenna. Amherst going off for a change here. They'll get Riley Evans, that second D pairing, back out there. It's been pretty solid so far as Sam Murphy keeps this one in the zone. Left to right behind the cage of Honan, centering it, tried to get it to Bree Powell, but it just goes wide. Hannah Kuntz keeps it in. Kuntz was looking for Powell. That one steered just wide. A sharp angle chance from Murphy. Tried to squeak it under the blocker side of Honan, but she shuts it down.
Yeah, good look for Sam Murphy. Bree Powell, F1 in on the forecheck, making her presence felt, and Sam Murphy came right off the bench and was flying up the wall to intercept the breakout pass from UMass. And when Sam Murphy's got the puck on her stick, the longer she waits and looks, the more dangerous the opportunities can get.
Honan tried to cover up as Dezane missed on the wrist shot, but Honan is able to glove it up. Murphy was sniffing around for the rebound again.
And a good job by Honan, as it's always tough for goaltenders when you overcommit on the first shot to get back in position. And man, your crease as that puck came hot off the dasher boards.
Kylie Brown near side, dumping back for Dezane. Dezane D to D for Kuntz. Kuntz back to the top of the point. Dezane, wrist shot on, a lot of traffic in front. It's blocked down in front of Honan by Bree Powell, who intercepts and keeps it in. Tried to go quick, blockered away by Honan. Powell wraps it opposite side boards, but it's intercepted by O'Neill. Brianna O'Neill leads the Minutemen in goals with 9. Dumping that one down, and now ASU able to work it out. Taylor Bierlmeyer and Hannah Kuntz will settle this one in the defensive zone as ASU dominating the shots early. Turned over at the blue line, a slap shot on by Kelly Balerna goes wide of the net. Still in deep. UMass applying pressure as this one's still at the blue line, and now Bierlmeyer able to work it out down the near side boards. Taken away is Joanna Dustin, one of the few non-Massachusetts natives on this Amherst side. Hailing from Concord, New Hampshire, is Sydney Paulson. Wrists one on net, but Honan blockers that one away pretty routinely.
And smart from Honan to keep the play going, because UMass has had a lot of, or ASU has had a lot of success in the faceoff dot, specifically in the offensive zone. So to try and get your team to break the puck out and get the puck as far away from your goaltender as possible is a good choice.
Bryan tied up with Roach on the near side boards, trying to keep it in the zone. They are. Bagnall keeps it in. Draper over for Kristoff. Kristoff dangling, a couple of nice moves there. Shot from the right side of the slot. Doesn't go home. Draper tried with the follow, but it misses as well. UMass finally able to get it out of their defensive zone via the stick of Julia Williams. Liv Lavelle going 1-on-3. She got through for a moment, but now Enright has it, gets it over to Lavelle. Lavelle tried to center it back out in front. A chance. Goes wide, trying to center it. Liv Lavelle again. It's Olsen, who had a good wraparound opportunity off a great feed. McKenna's wrist shot blocked in front. Good play by Lila Roach. Enright and Roach do battle amongst the boards. Lavelle comes over to help two ASU players against one UMass defender in Alden Karlstein. Olsen trying to break this puck loose. It's finally sent down the length of the ice. And Eatinger will be awarded her icing. 10:40 to go, 15-2 the shots. Arizona State controlling that department very early.
Yeah, I think for ASU, they're kind of rushing a little bit too much. They're making passes a little too soon, in my opinion, right now. They have a lot more team speed, at least so far they've shown, than the UMass Minutewomen. And I think they just need to settle down because their options are there. There's been a few times where there's been passes 2-on-1s in lanes and shots that they could have taken on goal but have elected not to. And for ASU, just settling the puck down and kind of taking a breather and trusting your process and trusting your teammates.
They'll get another offensive zone draw to the right of Honan to do just that as Bree Powell tried a quick wrister from the far side. Didn't quite get past the glove of Honan. So it'll be Murphy on the draw again for ASU. Face-off tied up, eventually into the possession of Evans for UMass, but still kept in the zone by Kate Streak. Streak dumping it down low. UMass gets possession. Chipping into the zone, it's Hannah Gromko. Gromko slows up. She had a little bit of a lane, but ASU a nice job to cut that down. They'll come the other way. Taken down in front of the penalty box was Sydney Idle by Sam Murphy. No call there. As this one's wrapped behind the boards, UMass able to get some more zone time here about halfway through this first period. Now Murphy finds Kylie Brown. She's got a lane, a shot blocked in front by Honan. Her follow-up didn't go, and Lula Swanson couldn't quite find the stick on it. Coming back the other way, wrist shot by Joanna Dustin goes high off the back glass panes. As UMass looking to counter this barrage that ASU has seemed to put on in the first.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of variety in their shots too for ASU. I would like to see more shots from the point get through with players at the net. That'll lead to a lot more success.
Bierlmeyer has it in deep, trying to go right to left. Turnaround wrist shot, missed the net. Streaking in to collect her own miss. It was Swanson who got her stick on it and is able to loft it back into the zone. Now Manganaro. With pace up the left wing side, but it's stolen, and now Bryan trying to lead a charge the other way. Kuntz at the blue line was tied up, so that one will exit the zone for just a moment. And UMass will try and win a battle here at neutral ice. Zone is exited, and now here comes Paige Ring. Ring slowing up, trying to get around. She's got a lane, sharp angle shot. Honan got her body in front of it and now covers for a whistle. Pretty good chance there for Ring off a good move, but Honan says no.
Yeah, really, really good move by Paige Ring. She's kind of on her offhand, the lefty going up the right-hand side, stops up and then gets the defender to turn and just whoop right by her to the net, and a heck of a save by Olivia Honan.
Ring, Bryan, and Draper, forward pairing or forward line number 3 out there for ASU, as this one's still in the ASU attacking zone, finally chipped out where Bagnall will chase. First time we've seen Claire Bolin get action here on that third forward line, acting as the 7th defenseman in this lineup, as Bagnall's pass goes a little too far and an icing results. UMass with an offensive zone draw looming.
Yeah, another player, Sabrina Enright, in the lineup today. This is her 6th game of the season in the lineup for the freshman, and number of Arizona Kachinas jerseys in the crowd today. Obviously with Enright being a former Kachina, along with a couple other Sun Devils on the roster.
Sabrina Enright has been a grinder when she's played on that 4th line. She's been very valuable to this Sun Devil team. UMass had it deep in their own zone, but taken down to a knee was Karlstein. In the far near side corner, coming out with it is Joanna Zhu. Zhu wrapping it around, Shapiro with it. ASU trying to get this one out. No success to this point, but now Paige Bryan looked like she had a chance. It's kept in. Another wrist shot is saved. A follow-up chance is into the breadbasket of Eatinger, and she will get a whistle. First real chance that UMass has had.
Yeah, and Eatinger will be a little bit disappointed with herself that she didn't kick that rebound into the corner, as it was juicy on the doorstep there, but luckily for Quinn, she was in good position to gobble that up with what looked like the crest of the logo there on her jersey.
UMass going back to the top line as the faceoff is won in the defensive zone by Arizona State. Sending this one out to neutral ice is Ellie McKenna. Now here's Enright, we just talked about, the former Kachina. Olsen going behind the net, back up to the point for McKenna. McKenna's wrist shot off the skate of Enright. It goes behind the net. Now UMass able to work it out. Streak tried to keep it in, and she prevents a 2-on-1 there with the glove, trying to glove that one down as ASU was off on a change. That was Riley Evans who tried to work that one up to Hannah Gromko, but was knocked down by her body, and Bree Powell taking it the other way. Powell extending the stick, can't quite get it. UMass had a moment to go the other way, but Kate Streak doing a very nice job to stay solid on her left defensive side. This one loose in front for just a moment, steered aside. Pearson, far side boards, tied up in the corner, heckled by a couple of Sun Devils, Sam Murphy being one of them. It's finally poked out, and Murphy in another board battle here with McKenna as this one squirts out to Kylie Brown's stick. Kept in the zone by Bennett. Now into the near side corner, tried to go back to the D for Bennett. She takes a trip, and this one will exit the zone finally. Bree Powell aggressive. Kylie Brown, stick dangle follow-up. Bielmeyer was caught in traffic. Was trying to go for the spinorama there, but taking it the other way is Pearson. Pearson will dump it, get a line change. Coming on off the line change for UMass is Julia Williams, who's got it now. Now Sparrow, back behind the net. Arizona State works it out. Kylie Brown coming the other way. Looking to add to her impressive streak of goals here this weekend as she shoots a wrister on net, and Honan gets it in the glove.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth there. Deserved rest for you, BP. A lot of action at both ends. UMass finally kind of establishing a little bit of a forecheck, although they still only have 3 shots on goal.
Face-off tied up. Bielmeyer tried to poke it to the left wing side for Swanson, who was there, but emerging with it is Sparrow. Sparrow and Dunford now work it up to Williams. Williams trying to dump and chase the old ECHL style as Kuntz comes out with it for ASU. Kuntz working around Shelby Little. She's tied up near the PA box on the far side. Kristoff ahead to Bryan. It caroms off her stick. ASU lucky to get possession back after they made a couple personnel changes. Retreating is Bagnall. Bagnall and Kristoff on that third defensive group. This one up for Paige Ring. Ring turning, tried to fire on the wrist shot was Paige Bryan. Another chance in front. That one for Bagnall was blocked. UMass has done a nice job of blocking shots in front. Here's Bagnall, pass intercepted. Evans had a beat on it for a moment. Back to the point, finding O'Neal, but she tried to go quick pass there and it didn't quite work out. Draper the other way. She's got a one-on-one, tried to go around Riley Evans, but she stands her ground. McKenna now whiffing on a pass, and her and Streak will have to resettle things as both groups get a line change. Battling forward to the near side, Dunn and McKenna. UMass getting some presence in the offensive zone, Lachlan, as you said, and just as that, it's Joanna Dustin who lost the puck, so Liv Lavelle taking it the other way. It's Williams this time. Williams working in. That shot didn't quite get to Eatinger, but definitely had her on her toes. And now the top forward line, Bree Powell with speed. Sam Murphy tried to stay on signs, but got a little too anxious. And they'll get a draw just outside the attacking end.
Yeah, really impressed with the UMass neutral zone forecheck here, as they've caused a lot of turnovers so far in the middle third of the ice and have given ASU some fits. See if that continues or if ASU can adjust.
Murphy tried to go tic-tac-toe to Brown, but she was unable to handle. Williams clearing it out into the neutral zone. But it winds back up on the stick of Brown. Brown faked a wrist shot, now fires, and that one's off the back window. Back with it is Kylie Brown, slowing things up, getting it to the point. Kuntz slowing up, faked a shot, now tried to get one through to Sam Murphy, but she's unable to get it off of a UMass stick. Kylie Brown working it back for Hannah Kuntz. Right in front of the net, right in front of the UMass bench. Kuntz lost her stick. As Kylie Brown is back into the UMass defensive third, dropping it for Bierlmeyer. A pretty clean game, starting to get physical, and now we get, as I say that, we get a whistle. It's on Kylie Brown, the ASU penalty minute leader. She'll get 2 more for slashing.
Yeah, I believe someone potentially is going for UMass. I could be wrong, though, but Kylie Brown and one of the UMass players got in a bit of a mix-up, so we'll see the first man advantage opportunity for UMass with 1:42 remaining in period number 1.
1:42 to go here in the first frame, so UMass will have the rest of the period and a little bit into the second to try and find something up 1. Shelby Little will quarterback the power play as the wrist shot is wrapped around the net. Roach with it. Now over for Pearson. Pearson tried to go sharp angle. Eatinger blocked it in front, and it's dumped down the length of the ice. Now Bryan applying pressure. She had it for a moment, was tied up, but Little able to exit the zone. On the far side, it's Dustin. In the final minute of the first, Evans, wrist shot on. It caromed wide of the net. Eatinger was bouncing around looking for it. Dustin tied up behind the net. Pearson comes in to help, wins it out, back up to the point for Little. Little, D to D. Evans, slap shot, blocked in front. It's still loose in the crease, and now finally exits the danger zone as Honan is out of her blue paint to play it.
Well, all 4 ASU penalty killers were involved in clearing the puck out from the goal mouth right there as Quinn Eatinger was surrounded by UMass players.
McKenna tried to play it out, but it's right back up to the right point for Evans. Her wrist shot is tipped and deflected in. Riley Evans, they're going to say it got through unevaded, and she's got her 3rd goal of this season. She snaps a 6-game scoring drought, and UMass capitalizes on the power play.
That's a tough one for Arizona State, and Quinn Eatinger is, you could tell from this vantage point here, BP, that she just couldn't really see it, and you never know as a defenseman what happens when you just put the puck on net. Classic example of just get it there.
One number 5 takes a penalty. The other number 5 scores the power play goal. Coming the other way, Mara Draper had a chance to drop to Kuntz, but she was unable to evade the traffic. So give the goal unassisted, or untipped, I should say, to Riley Evans from the point. In her 20th game, she's got her 9th point. 3 goals and 6 assists on the season. ASU will have one more chance in the period on an offensive zone draw.
Boy, usually from the point, if you're letting a shot go, it's around knee or shin height, not collarbone height, and that's not a shot you really want to get in front of or block. So it just kind of squeaks its way through the crowd and underneath the bar and in the back of the net behind Quinn Eatinger, and on just their 6th shot of this period compared to the 19 from Arizona State, UMass, any way you slice it, is up a goal.
William Wright, the UMass head coach, having a little chat with one of our officials tonight. He seems to be up in arms about something. We couldn't quite tell what it was, but Looks
It might
like
be the incidental contact between Hannah Coons and one of his players right in front of the bench.
face-off tied up. Draper tried to break it free. She can't, and that'll end the first period. Although they got 19 shots compared to just 6 for the Minutewomen, it is a power play goal from Riley Evans that is the difference. And as we said, that snaps a 6-game scoring drought for the defenseman out of Riverside, Illinois.
Yeah, and for Arizona State, good chance to regroup. I know goals at the end of the periods can always hurt more than others, and especially going down on the penalty kill and you're not able to kill it off. You had good pressure in the offensive zone, and for UMass, I mean, that's big, right? You escape a period where you give up 19 shots in the latter portion of the grade A opportunities defensively, and your goaltender has to bail you out a few times, making some terrific saves. And to go in after all that into the dressing room, up a goal is monumental.
Both teams will take a little bit of a break. We'll take one here in the booth as well. Minutewomen lead 1-0. Come on back for period number 2 here on Inferno TV.
Welcome back to the Mountain America Community Iceplex here in Tempe, Arizona. Second period action upcoming here between UMass and the Arizona State Sun Devils. He's Brendan Paul. I'm Lachlan McTagg. Thank you for joining us. We are moments away from the second period commencing here on this Saturday afternoon in Tempe. 19 shots for the Sun Devils, Brendan. A lot of grade A opportunities, but no goals to show for it in that first period.
Mary Honan has done what Quinn Eatinger has done in the Midland games this weekend. She's been on her A game, and she's really turned away some prime chances that ASU's had. A lot of blocks in front for the defensive pairings, though, especially that top line with Shelby Little and Julia Williams there blocking stuff away, keeping high-quality pucks from the slot out of her crease, and she's done a really good job so far, but 40 more minutes is going to be what UMass needs to come away with a big win for them.
And what do you think they need to do? Obviously, Mary Honan's been their rock, right? It kind of has been revolved around her, and they got that one power play goal, but apart from that, they haven't really sustained much offensive zone time.
They're going to have to find some way to combat, especially the top ASU line. The Murphy, Powell, and Brown line has been really killer for UMass, getting a lot of zone time, a lot of shots. That's why you saw 10 of ASU's 19 come within the first 4 or 5 minutes of this game. They're going to have to apply some more pressure if they want any chance to come back and continue to build on this 1-0 lead.
So it'll be Dunn, Williams, and O'Neill out there to start up front for UMass. Powell, Murphy, and Kylie Brown as it's one back to Kate Streak to start period number 2 here at Mountain America Community Iceplex. Dunn, red lining in. Too far for the captain, O'Neill. McKenna picks it up behind the goal, makes a nifty move, and heads up ice. McKenna all day, another move, 4-on-3 rush breaking for ASU as Powell has this up the left wing, shot just wide of the goal. UMass picks this up off the stick of Gromko. Gromko working 2-on-4, throws this just wide. Powell tries to pick it up, held in momentarily, tipped away by McKenna. Pops into the slot as Sam Murphy fighting for that. Fan on her pass to Powell, pokes it away, and Bree Powell gets the red line and will dump it in. That line will go for a change.
Good start for UMass to try and get some momentum, a little bit of zone time early. Didn't see much of that in the first.
Lily Sparrow head-manned it to Dunn at the red line. McKenna stepped up on her to keep that puck alive. Now here's Hannah Coons, weaving her way in. Coons fires just wide of the goal. Lula Swanson collects the rebound on the half wall. Swanson walks out, fires into the trapper of Mary Honan.
And Honan is definitely going to be helping her save percentage and goals against after this one so far. Came in with a save percentage down in the high 90s or the high 90% and a GAA just above 3. Definitely showing off her stuff here early.
So Burlmeyer and Joanna Dustin are waiting to do battle in the face-off dot. Looks like there potentially is a problem with the net. Maybe the moorings are off, so referees will go and check that. That shot by Swanson, the 20th of the game for Arizona State, just 6 on the board for UMass. Looks like the net is sorted. Puck is down and we are underway once again. Swanson got knocked down momentarily, puck behind the goal. Paulson hands off for Swanson, looking for Burlmeyer in front. Couldn't get that puck to her. DeZane rims it around. Bennett. Up the wall for Pearson. Pearson looking far side. UMass is out. Get the red line, but cannot get it in as Swanson was there forechecking. Puck gets by Coons. Now here's Kennedy Pearson on her backhand. Good step up by Sydney Paulson. The winger had to come back and help out her defense there.
Definitely a good chance.
Boy, right on cue. Kennedy Pearson tips one on her backhand in front, and Quinn Eatinger had to be sharp. Snares that one with a glove.
Yeah, Kennedy Pearson had a great stick dangle there to get around the ASU defense. Paulson came up to help and then almost had another one on the doorstep, but Quinn Eatinger this weekend has been so good at controlling the rebounds out front.
Face-off one back to Bagnall, to Kristoff. Kristoff fanned on that pass As Williams gets that in, Bagnall is there to recover in time, rimmed around. Paige Bryan couldn't get to that one, held in by UMass. Now ring up the wall. Couldn't be held in by Idle. Puck goes the length of the ice as Draper is on that puck. She's first to it and wins the race. Draper all the way back to the point. Bagnall walks over to Kristoff, looking in the middle. Paige Bryan shoots! Hits something in front, may have been saved. But regardless, the puck stays out. Sun Devils continue on the attack. Paige Ring tried to make a move. Nothing happening there. Sun Devils race back. It'll be Kristoff first to this puck. Be careful there as she rimmed that right in front of Eatinger, but behind the goal, no one home for the Sun Devils. UMass, fresh off a change, will get this puck, but Sabrina Enright gets this in the middle for Paige Bryan. Has space looking up ice. Bryan down the right wing. Fires, blocker save made by Mary Honan. Back to the point, McKenna walks, fires, just wide. UMass will get this puck to the line and out as needed a couple attempts as Kate Street kept that puck in momentarily. Sun Devils will restart in the neutral zone. Evelyn Olsen in her own end. McKenna headmans it up ice, just tries to flip this. Enright is there in her own zone. Enright on the backhand, but a Kate Streak near side. In the middle, that puck was in the feet of Olsen. Couldn't corral that on her stick, but she'll be first in on the forecheck. Back to the point for Streak, held it in her backhand. Tough play, but puck stays in for now. Streak whacks at it again, gets it for Liv Leavell. Leavell in the middle. Good breakup there by Bryn O'Neill. There's a Sun Devil in the slot lurking as O'Neill disrupts that shot once again, and she'll push the pace up on offense for UMass. She gets the line and dumps that around the boards. Gromko pressuring, but the Sun Devils able to get away momentarily. Thrown in front, rebound. Eatinger had to gobble that up. Took a couple of attempts there as it looked like it was going to be a pass to the defenseman, but instead Eatinger decided to cover. And with 16:05 left to go, the faceoff will come to the right of Quinn Eatinger.
Well, as you said, they got to be careful trying to get it out in front. You don't want to put Eatinger in a dangerous position where she's not looking. Eatinger falls on it, fortunately for ASU.
Faceoff won back by Murphy and company. Rimmed around, Powell tries to get it. Good step up by Little. Shelby Little, the Swiss Army knife for this UMass team, leads the team in assists and points. Certainly a bus driver for the offense. She's kept this puck in a number of times, so heroic effort at the right point. ASU coming away with this. Powell has space. Up the right wing, cuts to the middle. Powell evades a couple checks, but Shelby Little is there to disrupt any opportunity, but turns it over right away. Walking in is Dzane, blocked away. Little in the corner, rims it all the way around. Abigail Dunn and Hannah Coons will race for it. Coons wins the race momentarily. Rims it on the half wall, but a pair of Minutewomen there to take possession. Now Dunn in over the blue line. Good stick by Hannah Coons, forced that puck wide. Paulson couldn't corral it in time to make a breakout pass. Up the wall once again, Paulson has it again. Paulson banks by, she could have a chance here. Swanson lurking in the slot. Good defensive play by UMass to get back. Disrupting a Sun Devil odd man opportunity. Now Paulson rims this around. Swanson will give chase. Sends it right back where it came from as Claire Bolin keeps it in on the left point. Behind the goal for Aaron Bennett. Bolin busy once again on that half wall. Pressured by a couple UMass players. Bennett once again far side. Breakout pass up to the line, and they say it did just get out, so Kristoff couldn't hold it in. Faceoff will come outside.
I mean, if you're Arizona State head coach Lindsay Ellis, you got to be wondering what more you could do. Paige Bryan, earlier in the period, had a prime opportunity in the slot, and it just caromed off maybe a stick of a UMass defender.
Bolin now to Paige Bryan. Bryan fires into the shin pads of a player, has another whack at it. Couldn't get that one through. Now one goes just wide of the goal off the stick of Paige Ring in the high slot. Battle ensues. 2-on-2 on the half wall is Bryan able to keep it in. Draper has it, Bryan in the middle. Slapped away by Riley Evans momentarily as UMass gets that puck out of their defensive zone. Madeline Kristoff first back for the Sun Devils. Up the wall, strong side. Draper couldn't get that away from her defender. Ring shovels it on her backhand. Too far for Kristoff. Sarah Dunford in, making her presence felt as that puck flipped high in the air, bounces over a UMass stick. Slap shot blocked by Paige Ring. She'll start away. Ring gets the line, gets the puck in, and that line will go for a change. Wholesale, that is, for ASU as they get 5 new skaters in on the ice. Now here's a chance. Shot just wide of the goal. That was off the stick of Lula Swanson. Or excuse me, Evelyn Olsen. This third line will get a shift here for ASU. Scrambling now, controlled by UMass. Joanna Zhu, one of 2 Canadians on this UMass roster. A lot of Canadians featured in the Arizona State lineup as Liv Leavell had that taken away. Enright on it. Now Zhu. Feed for the captain, O'Neill. O'Neill, partial break. Good stick by Ellie McKenna, forces that puck wide of the goal. And O'Neill went crashing in behind the net as well. She got up and she seems to be okay as she's hustling after Evelyn Olsen, who gets the line but gets it as far as Shelby Little. Little starts the breakout in the neutral zone. Zhu, nice curl and drag move. Tried to curl it in and shoot that, but Kate Streak got her stick in the way. Ellie McKenna reverses for Streak. Surveys, looks up ice, pass in the middle, intercepted momentarily, but Leavell able to come away with that for a moment. Straddling the line, and they will go offside as Hannah Gromko put the puck inside the blue line as one of her players was still exiting the zone. Face-off will come outside.
Well, UMass has started to get a little more presence in this second, and it's been that Zhu, O'Neill, and Gromko line that's really acted as a grinding forward line for the Minutemen today.
Top line out for Arizona State. Brown, Murphy, and Brianne Powell with Dezane and Hannah Coons on the back end. Puck flipped high up in the air in the netting, and it gets underneath the glass and out of play, so souvenir for someone in the crowd. Another great crowd on hand here at Mountain America Community Iceplex on this Saturday afternoon. A lot of athletics happening, men's basketball, men's hockey happening shortly as well, BP.
A lot of great stuff in Tempe, and the stars are out indeed as we saw Tyson Nash behind the boards earlier in between the periods.
Repping the Utah Hockey Club. Half wall, Powell has it now up in the middle. Kylie Brown has a chance to go away. Brown up the left side, shielding the puck with one hand. Tries to go wide, but a really good defensive play by Lily Roche. Arm is up in the air. Brown and Roche got tangled up. And is this going against Kylie Brown?
Looks like it's going against UMass. I think it's going to go on Abigail Dunn. No, check that.
It'll be Lily Roche for a hook. I was confused momentarily because ASU touched up on the puck and they blew the whistle. So the Sun Devils get their first crack at the man advantage. UMass 1 for 1. That was the lone goal in the late moments of that first period. We'll see if Arizona State can respond. It's off the draw, they lose it. But get it right back. Brown. Walking, surveying. Back to the top for Streak. Now they work it down low. Players in front as Swanson got handcuffed with that one. Ring, that puck had just bounced by her, and UMass clears the zone. Streak for Brown. Brown across for Paige Ring. Ring, as players going to that, throws it in front, tipped just wide of the goal. Swanson was streaking towards that back post. Back to the top, Kate Streak has it for Kylie Brown. Brown fires, save made, rebound is gobbled up by Mary Honan.
Lula Swanson, as you said, did a nice job to go back post and look for the rebound, but good job by Mary Honan to swallow a couple of them up and evade pressure on the power play to this point.
Top unit out for ASU as Ellie McKenna has it. Walking, surveying, back to the top for Dezane. Dezane for Murphy. Murphy activates, walks in the middle, thrown towards the net. Scramble. Who has it? UMass has it, clears it. Top of the point. Dezane fires, blocked in front. What a block by Zhu. Now another chance. Save made by Honan off Sam Murphy. Pressure being put on by the Sun Devils. McKenna at the line. Keeps it in. Pass blocked by Zhu momentarily. Now down to the corner. Paulson back up top for Georgia Dezane. Dezane for Sam Murphy. Murphy walks. Finds McKenna. Dezane wants it and gets it. Elects to fire towards the net. Save made. Rebound is loose. Murphy pokes away at it. It goes backdoor. McKenna couldn't get her stick on it. Golden opportunity for Arizona State. They still possess the puck. Murphy. Dezane. Tried to fire it, but it goes to the corner. McKenna recovers. Now a good play by Maganaro to the line, but not out. Kylie Brown now fires. That puck is blocked. 2-1. The penalty is over. What pressure being put on by Arizona State, but UMass is able to kill it. Now in front, bodies down, arm is up. Honan covers it. We'll see what the call is on this play as ASU going back to the man advantage.
My, oh my, what a sequence for ASU. Prime opportunity, near side back post for Ellie McKenna. Just couldn't quite get her stick around to it. And what a shift for Joanna Zhu on the UMass side. A couple of big blocks in front, and they'll get another chance right after UMass just killed that one off. It'll be ASU back to the power play.
So Charlotte Manganero will get 2 for roughing as announced by the PA as ASU will go back to the man advantage. Unsuccessful on their first chance. Less than 10 seconds of 5-on-5 before ASU goes back to the power play. So they control it once again. Streak. Walks on her forehand. Fires towards the goal, save made. Rebound is loose. Swanson pokes that just wide. Now it's out front in the slot. No one home for the Sun Devils. And cleared down by Bryn O'Neill. O'Neill putting pressure on Streak right away. Pass makes it to Swanson. Now to Brown with speed. Kylie Brown driving wide. Behind the goal. Brown does a lap of the offensive zone before throwing it in front. Tipped on by Paige Ring and held onto by Mary Honan.
And for a long time in that sequence, when she finally got under it, Honan looked like she didn't know where it was. It was lucky that it was deflected right in between her pads, and she's able to keep that shutout streak alive, but it's been dangerous chance after dangerous chance for ASU.
Top unit out there is Powell. Top of the point for Murphy. Right circle. Now across ice for McKenna. Loads. Passes in the middle as Murphy gets it back on the carom. Thrown in front, save made. Rebound is put just wide. Murphy. Throws it to the front. They tap away at it. Still won't go in as Honan kept that out once again. McKenna fires into the shin pads. That was Balerna who blocked that. Dezane. Now fired towards the goal off the stick of Powell and just tipped wide. Brown to the line and couldn't be kept in by Georgia Dezane. Sun Devils looking to reload on offense here with 20 seconds left to go on this man advantage. Pass tipped off the stick of McKenna. As UMass clears this down. Under 10 to go in the power play for the Sun Devils. Dezane, cross ice for Brown. Had Swanson in the middle, elects to carry. Brown shields the puck at the blue line. Throws it cross ice. Bagnall will activate, but Evelyn Olsen shoulder checked into the wall. Now 2-on-1 breaking. Here's Dustin. Fires. Save made by Quinn Eatinger. Boy, cool as they come there on a gorgeous 2-on-1 opportunity.
Dustin didn't look like she was going to pass at all during that sequence. Kept her stick focused right at Eatinger and tried to beat her herself, but Quinn able to stand tall in the net.
So ASU 0 for 2 on the power play. 2 huge kills for this UMass team, up a goal. And boy, you got to think, BP, after that chance, how many more of those grade A's are they going to get on goal?
It depends. I mean, that was one of the best you'll probably get in a couple of games, as UMass is now starting to control some presence just a little bit here.
Cycle game going for UMass. Scramble now, Mangaro back to the point. Had nothing, so threw it in the corner just wide. Bagnall recovers for ASU, but rims it right on the tape of Sarah Dunford. Dunford turns this over as Sabrina Enright goes away 1-on-4, shielding the puck. Heck of an effort to not get the puck poked off her stick. Sabrina Enright in on goal, tripped up. And a penalty upcoming here to UMass. Sabrina Enright, heck of an effort to get to the front of the net. Got tripped up.
And looked like there's not going to be a call, just going to stay 5-on-5, as it looks like Honan is pleading for them to look at something in front of the crease.
Yeah, that was a confusing sequence because it looked like the official closest to the play was calling a penalty, but the other official was saying no. So a dispute, but face-off will be to the left of Honan. Sun Devils on offense as McKenna rims this low. Powell hounding a player in the corner to get it. Back to the top of the point, Streak. Back down low on the half wall. Rims it around as Manganaro trying to get it out for UMass, now thrown in front to Murphy. She backhands this just wide of the goal. Murphy able to seal the wall, gets it back to the top of the point. McKenna walks, fires off the pad, comes right to Streak in the middle. That puck hit a stick, and UMass can go away now. It's Sarah Dunford. Over to Jew. Crafty bank, but Ellie McKenna was back in plenty of time to stop that opportunity. Streak, good cross-ice pass to hit Kylie Brown in stride. Brown goes wide on the defender. Kylie Brown, partial break, fires, scores! Kylie Brown, what a shot, it's tied.
Not much you can do about that one if you're Mary Honan. I know she's had a great game stopping everything that's thrown at her, but that one's top bin, top cheddar. Not many people are getting to that one. What a shot by Kylie Brown, and that just shows why she got so many Division I offers.
Kylie Brown had a 2-on-1 opportunity earlier in the game. She went low glove on Honan, and it was stopped. Elects to elevate that puck high, blocker, and is successful. It's shot number 33, goal number 1 for Arizona State, and we're tied. Whistle goes, looks like it'll be offside, so face-off will come out of the UMass end. A big goal, breath of fresh air for Arizona State, back to a tie game now.
That's the sigh of relief they've been looking for after all those high-quality chances.
Off the face-off, Coons cross ice. Paulson was almost intercepted by Evans, but it goes off her stick. Swanson throws it to the goal, just wide. Now cleared down, race to this puck, it pops in front. Eatinger had to make a heck of a stave. It was Hannah Gromko who beat out the icing call. An awkward play. Shades of David Pasternak's Game 7 overtime goal last year at Boston Gardens. If you understand that reference, the puck popped right out in front, and this time Eatinger was able to make the save. Face off in the corner now, Bolin. Battle along the half wall. 4 players in there. It's Kristoff up the boards, tried to get it to Paige Bryan. A lot of scrambles here after that face-off as Paige Ring, the centerman, will get it behind the, or below the goal line, I should say. She was stick checked, so Claire Bolin regains possession. Rims it off the boards, that was too far. Puck trying to be knocked down out of the air. Unsuccessful by UMass. To the line, but not out. Minutemen keep it in as Kristoff will restart. UMass also going for a change, allowing for a little bit of time for Kristoff to carry this up ice, but she turns it over. Now trying to break in on goal, but unable to. Was Balerna. As Ring throws this far side, it may have hit a UMass player, but Mara Draper trying to skate onto that. Ring stick checked in the middle. Now thrown it over to Paige Bryan, but she couldn't break in on goal. UMass gets the line and gets it in. Lily Sparrow around on the boards. Right out in front, Eatinger with another great save. That was off Sarah Dunford right in front, number 14 in red. Now thrown to the net, blocked in front by Paige Ring. Now Bryan banks it to the line, but not out. Another shot on goal. Eatinger saw it the whole way, and will gobble that one up for a face-off inside.
UMass definitely took a little bit of the momentum they got from the end of the first period, scoring that power play goal, and have translated it over to this second. They've gotten more than enough chances in this second period, more than they got in the first. Definitely starting to sort of even kelter this game out a little bit more than it had been.
Karlstein wins the faceoff back, throws it to the front. They whack away at it, but the Sun Devils are able to clear the front of the net. Out to the point, worked around to Zhu. Toe drag move was unsuccessful as Evelyn Olsen has this puck up the half wall. Now Liv Leavell stick checked heavy. She's knocked to her feet, arm stays down. Zhu regains this once again. Banked around McKenna on her forehand, tried to make a nifty maneuver around the defender there, unsuccessful. Poked away, Sabrina Enright couldn't get to that puck. Now to the line, here's Manganaro. Blocked by the skate of Kate Streak. But UMass continues to apply pressure, approaching the 2-minute mark of period number 2 here in Tempe. Getting physical in that far corner, a number of players hitting the ice. As Evelyn Olsen will start away with this. Ahead for Liv Leavell. Has Enright with her. Leavell just shovels this in the corner. Looked like it hit a UMass stick in the process. As I was just about to say, a close call for too many on the ice, and it looks like they'll get him.
And it looks like that is going to be the call. You saw Hannah Kuntz coming onto the ice as a line change was being made, got possession of the puck, and it'll be UMass back to the power play with a chance to equalize this game in an eerily similar fashion to the way they did it in the first period.
A late penalty being taken in the first by Kylie Brown awarded an opportunity for UMass to take advantage of and put one goal on the board before heading into the first intermission. We'll see if the power play can continue its success and go 2 for 2. Sabrina Enright will serve the too many players on the ice call. Just a miscommunication on the bench. That's all that was. So UMass has it as it'll get to the line and just out. Linesman was there and had a clear view across the blue line to make the call. 6 seconds elapse on the penalty.
Big for ASU to get this draw outside of their defensive zone. They get some rest for that top PK line.
One back by Sam Murphy off the faceoff. DeZane has it below the goal line. Off the glass, rims it around. Lily Roche is there, but Murphy putting on pressure. Stick being lifted by Roche. Murphy could have been in on a partial break if she got that puck cleanly, but good defense being played by UMass. Coons has it, shovels it to center as far as Shelby Little. She gets this in. Coons, that clearing attempt hit Little, puck up in the air. A little bit of confusion from both teams as to where that puck was. As Paige Bryan clears this the length of the ice. Minute 15 remaining on the penalty being served by Sabrina Enright. Brianna O'Neill. The captain goes wide on Coons. O'Neill cutting in on goal, centers it just wide of the net. Joanna Dustin with a golden opportunity on the power play to make it 2-1. Was 4-0. Behind the net they try once again. Shapiro back to the top. Here's Lily Roche. Shelby Little fires, tipped in front. It's loose. Eatinger doesn't have it for a moment. It trickles in. They score! Who's going to get credit for this? I'm not sure. I think it hit all 5 bodies in front of the net before it barely trickled by Eatinger. But they don't ask how, they ask how many, and UMass has 2 on the board now.
Looks like first through the handshake line was Maya Shapiro, and that would be a big sigh of relief for her. Hasn't scored a goal since October 25th, if that's the case. And Lindsay Ellis and company not appearing to look to contest it. So UMass, they did it in the first, they do it in the second, they're up 2-1.
Eerily similar, 41 seconds remaining in period number 2. UMass has another back-breaking goal, up 2-1 now as Murphy away. 2-on-1 breaking with Kylie Brown. Sam Murphy fires, save made, rebound is loose, they score! What an answer!
Well, how about that sequence for Sam Murphy? After 11 seconds go by, anything you can do, I can do better, says the alternate captain. And what a response, as you said. A weird sequence that resulted in a 2-on-1 abbreviated breakout, and Murphy able to tip it in.
UMass got over-aggressive, and it was just a quick touch pass from Bree Powell. And Kylie Brown and Sam Murphy, 2 players for UMass you do not want on an odd man opportunity. Sam Murphy makes them pay. Murphy with another chance. This one fought off by Honan. Great blocker save in the waning moments of the second period. So it's a brand new hockey game now, tied at 2. Seconds tick off the clock as McKenna content with just holding this in her own end. Good job by the Sun Devils to fight off that goal on the power play from UMass. It could have been very costly and troublesome going into the intermission in the third period, being down a goal, but Sam Murphy and company respond.
Definitely, especially with the way UMass got the goal. Just absolute pandemonium in front. Looked like it got tipped in off a skate maybe. And no contest from ASU, but Sam Murphy and company, they don't need to contest it when they can go down there in a dozen seconds and answer with one of their own. And you look at this, 2-2 is a lot better than 2-1 after everything that's gone on and how good Mary Honan's played today.
36 shots on the board for ASU, 15 for UMass. We're tied at 2. It was a pair of goals from Arizona State and another power play goal from UMass. Third period action coming up in just under 15 minutes time. Stick with us here on Inferno TV.
40 minutes in the books here at the Iceplex. Nothing's been decided just yet. After UMass scored their second power play goal, ASU answered right back, and 2-2 is where we sit. Brendan Paul alongside Lachlan McTagg here getting ready for the final 20, at least of regulation. And Lachlan, let's talk about that last minute or so and change. It was a UMass goal that kind of trickled its way in off of the pad of Ettinger, and then right after that, ASU answers it, Sam Murphy.
Yeah, the goal from UMass on the power play, it was Shelby Little at the top of the point. She got it to the net, and similar to the first one, it was a high release. It was tipped in front. UMass hasn't got a lot of tipped pucks on Gwyn Ettinger, and that can cause chaos for goaltenders. Any kind of change of direction in on goal can really throw them off. And it was a rebound on Ettinger, and then pretty much 4 or 5 players converged on the goal, and that puck trickled across the line. And for UMass, you thought, oh, geez, is that the goal that's going to decide things if they can hang on defensively? Like, it's just a brutal one to give up, one that Ettinger really had trouble tracking in her own crease and just squeaked across the line. But a nifty touch pass from Bree Powell the other way, and Sam Murphy and Kylie Brown in on a 2-on-1, and Murphy just powers a shot blocker side, and it got up and over the goaltender of Mary Honan and just trickled into the back of the net, and that's where we stand right now.
It was deemed a questionable call by some on the ASU bench, especially Sam Murphy, who scored goal number 2. And now we've got the final 20. Here, our third frame of action, where Sam Murphy's top forward line of her, Powell, and Brown will try to go to work to claim their first lead in this one. Face-off tied up. Eventually, Bree Powell emerges victorious with it. Streaking down the far left side, centering one for Kylie Brown. She couldn't quite get her stick under it. Honan gloves it up, but what a chance out of the gates.
Yeah, Bree Powell using her speed wide. Kylie Brown just crashing the net, beelining it to that near post. And boy, heck of a job by Powell to get that puck across and for Kylie Brown to find that in on goal.
Murphy wins the draw, but it's intercepted by Gromko. Gromko will chip it down behind the net of Ettinger, where Kate Streak will play it. Streak back for Brown. Brown going cross ice for Bree Powell. She's got it in the far side boards and now is chipped off the puck by Shelby Little. Battle for it behind the cage, now chipped out in front. It was Kylie Brown there with Streak and DeZane on defense. This one sent down. It will go for an icing. 37-15 are the shots, but where it matters the most, it is 2-2.
And Mary Honan's been phenomenal tonight, and this game will only help her save percentage as she gets more shots on goal. And if the Sun Devils have anything to say, they're going to put up at least 10 more shots in this game, given how things have gone so far.
Face-off, Bierlmeyer ties it up and wins it back cleanly to Georgia DeZane, who tried to wrap it around, but it went too far. So Shelby Little streaking out of the zone and taken into neutral ice by Hannah Kuntz. Kuntz driving in, trying to stick dangle around Kennedy Pearson, but she's able to tip it out. UMass definitely with a lot more pressure in that second period than they had in the first, and it wasn't just on the power play, as that one's offsides. Bierlmeyer couldn't quite toe the blue line.
Yeah, it's a good sign for UMass, because earlier in the year, ASU played a game against U of A where they had almost 60 shots on goal and won in overtime, and U of A had a great chance in overtime to win it. And that was a game where U of A just really couldn't get anything going offensively. It was all ASU, and if you're Mary Honan in front, you're thankful that your team can at least apply some pressure in the offensive zone.
That one was tipped awkwardly in front, back out to the point for Bagnall. Her wrist shot goes wide. Bagnall does a nice job to keep it in. Bryan chips for Paulson. Back to Bryan. Her sharp angle shot is blocked by Honan. She had Kristoff on the right point open for a slap shot, but opted to go for it herself and nearly found the back of the net. Puck hits the skate of Sydney Paulson as she goes off for a change. Kristoff collects up for Paige Ring. Paige Ring tried to go to Lavelle, and it went right between the wickets. So ASU now fortunate to wrap that one around and go off for a little bit of a change. Streak sent that one up to the red line, but no further as it's taken away by Williams. Now back up to the point, it's Evans. Evans, who had the first UMass goal, tried a sharp angle left side shot that was blocked by Eatinger. Lavelle dangling around the zone, and Enright and Olsen didn't like that one too much as they were already in the zone and had to sort of re-exit. Couldn't quite do it in time.
Yeah, and for Liv Lavelle, that's a tough one because obviously you can traverse the line and keep the puck on your stick, but you just got to recognize that if you've got players with speed entering the zone, just put it deep below the goal line and let your players get after it.
Bree Powell tied up after Streak had the draw and chipped it ahead to her. Sam Murphy in that top line back out. Murphy chipped deep and tried to work around Shelby Little. Wrapping it around for McKenna. McKenna playing it back for Murphy. Murphy's centering pass went right between everyone. Kate Streak intentionally chipping that one to the right of Honan. Now this one loose in front, but a good play by Shapiro, who got credit for the second goal. The arm is up, and we're going to have a penalty here. It's going to be a hook. Not sure who on. It looks like it's going to go against the Devs.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be Kylie Brown, and do not necessarily agree with this as she was working on Sarah Dunford in the corner. Brown got her stick one-handed in the midsection of Dunford, and then I saw Dunford's right hand grab the stick and pull it closer to her body. So a good sell job by Dunford to get her team a power play here. UMass is coincidentally 2 for 2.
So Kylie Brown, her second penalty of the game. She's now got a 4 penalty minute lead over Sam Murphy for tops on the team in that department, as an aggressive forecheck being applied by Sydney Paulson. Almost came away with that puck. Paige Bryan staying up in the zone, and it's intercepted for a moment by Kuntz. What an aggressive start to the PK for the Sun Devils, as now it's Murphy chipping back into the zone, trying to go around Little. Murphy and Little do battle again, and finally it's Roach who sort of shoves Murphy to the wayside. With 46 seconds gone off this UMass power play, which has looked anything but in the opening half of it.
And the Sun Devils have done a good job all season at pressuring, especially with that first forechecker, and just making the defensemen make decisions. Don't give them free ice. We see oftentimes, even in Division One men's and women's, they have players high at the blue line. They allow them that space because a lot of times they'll drop the puck back, but if you get on them right away, you don't allow them to make those decisions or have much ice.
Little sends one ahead for Gromko. First solid possession in the attacking end on this power play for UMass. Slapper from Evans was blocked in front by Draper, and she'll have to retreat. Riley Evans, the big lefty defenseman, is looking for her second. This one chipped in deep. Gromko giving chase. McKenna's first there. Streak up near the bench. It looks like he got a piece of an arm of Sabrina Enright over there in front of the Sun Devil bench, so we get a whistle.
And good to see Sabrina Enright back on that Sun Devil bench, as you mentioned, as she went off momentarily. She got a bit shaken up there on the trip where she went in on goal and just got her feet swept out from underneath her, but it looks like she's okay.
She served the too many players on the ice penalty that ASU got late in the second. Evans, wrist shot blocked in front. Good play by Sam Murphy. Dunn goes D to D for Evans, and a whistle up, and that one will head out of the ASU zone. It'll be a neutral zone draw here.
Yeah, 3 seconds left on the penalty to Kylie Brown, and really, really good job by the Sun Devils to break the jinx on their penalty kill, as they hadn't killed one yet today at all. Both UMass goals have come on the power play.
Neutral zone draw, Kuntz controls, and they have killed the penalty for the first time today as Sam Murphy a little bit offsides as Bree Powell tried to springboard an attack off of the recent release of Kylie Brown, but 2 for 3 now is the UMass power play. Still a very respectable mark.
But if you're Arizona State, you cannot take another penalty because 5-on-5, you're up theoretically in this game 2-0. UMass hasn't sustained a lot of 5-on-5 pressure, so you can't put yourself at a disadvantage the rest of the game if you want to break the tie.
Kuntz has it into the zone, carrying to the slot, wrist shot. Looked like it was deflected in front. Now another chance, Kuntz right into the belly of Honan, and she'll get a whistle. 40 shots on the dot for ASU, still 14 minutes to go.
They've hit this mark many times this season against opponents in this rink, and just their speed has been on display all day, and with Hannah Coons there, the puck just continues to find her in front of the net, but unable to convert.
Kristoff, that one over to Bagnall, who tried to tip it in front. Bierlmeyer got her stick on it for a moment, but it's Dunford who's able to wrist it out of the zone. Here comes Bierlmeyer again. Taylor wheeling and dealing behind the net, trying to work around Pearson, but Pearson strong and able, hanging on to it as Bierlmeyer is giving her all she wants, harassing her, as she's finally able to break it free, and Kristoff dumping it into the zone. She's taken down by Bennett. Swanson keeps it in on the boards. Slapper from Paige Ring is tipped aside by Honan and shifted out of danger by the stick of Magnaro. In the corner, battling for it. Manganaro winning it out. Back up to the point. McKenna, wrist shot, a lot of traffic in front. Honan got a piece of that one, and the rebound kicks out. McKenna tipped in front. Good play by Carrie Balerna to nullify that chance. Bagnall chipping into the zone. Icing called, and that one will be down in the UMass end.
And crucial here, too, because there's players who are at the end of their shift, and a little bit of confusion here. I was about to say that ASU couldn't change, but are they going to call too many players on the ice against UMass?
It looks like they are, and it's going to go, well, at least Carrie Balerna will serve it, so she will head to the box. And Lachlan, I think you hit the nail right on the head. It's going to be too many players on the ice, so another power play opportunity here for ASU, as the face-off is to the right of Mary Honan. Here's Bree Powell. Gets it back in the slot. Her shot tipped in front. Paulson tried to jam away at it. Still loose. They score! Oh, captain, my captain. It's Ellie McKenna who breaks the deadlock. And just 10 seconds in, the power play comes through.
Boy, a great couple passes there to open this power play for the Sun Devils. Bree Powell had a give and go on the half wall with, I believe that was Ellie McKenna, to find Bree Powell high slot, and then McKenna just follows the puck to the net and is able to just whack that one in. Gives the Sun Devils a much needed boost after they hadn't been so successful on the power play previously.
So Ellie McKenna, who missed part of last year with an injury and was named captain in the offseason, gives ASU their first lead of the game today, even though they do lead in shots 44-17. This one tipped out of the zone by Lavelle. Lavelle chasing for it, but it's won by Chrissy Mavrakis, whose name we haven't heard a lot today. Evans works it out. Gromko's got a one-on-one. Kuntz streaking back with pace, but cool as a cucumber back there is Dezane, not budging from her defensive spot. Kept into the zone. Evans, wrist shot a little wide, tipped in front. It's loose in front. A follow-up by Abigail Dunn is blocked. Another chance for Gromko off the shoulder of Eatinger. Gromko goes down. As this one is not quite cleared out, it's kept in by Mavrakis. ASU able to possess. And they'll just squeak it out as Evans and Shapiro had a little miscommunication. Evans working it back into the zone, chipping it far side corner. ASU coming the other way. Kylie Brown, cross ice, looking for Murphy. Murphy just beats out an icing. Going wraparound, tried to find Kylie Brown in front. Murphy with it. Into the high slot. Now to the left side. Murphy still with the puck, centering. Tried to go to Bree Powell. Powell has it, far circle. That one goes just wide. Kylie Brown, back for Kristoff. Here's Brown again. Her wrist shot just deflected in front. It looked like off a stick shaft. Brown back to Kristoff. ASU controlling here in their own zone quite considerably right now as Murphy tried to get that one to Powell in front. Brown's slap shot just goes to the outside portion of the net. Roche chips this one, can't quite get it out. Kylie Brown pinches on the half wall and keeps it in. Now Bierlmeyer. Bierlmeyer wheeling, turning, firing. That one high and off the line. Bierlmeyer will battle with Sparrow in the corner, trying, digging desperately for this puck. Paige Bryan back to the right point. Kristoff couldn't handle it, and it's finally mercifully out of the zone for UMass. They'll get 4 changes.
One thing that's so hard to do is sustain offensive pressure while changing an entire top line. Arizona State did that just so successfully there as they were really taking it to UMass in their own end.
A 2-on-2 breakout was looming for UMass, but a good defensive play by Draper to shut that chance down before it really got going. Kristoff up for Bryan. It's intercepted. Coming the other way, UMass had a chance. It was Dustin in the right side of the slot, and she couldn't get it on her tape. Near side corner, it's Dustin again. Wrist shot, scooped off the ice by Eatinger. With just under 9 to go, ASU clinging to a 1-goal lead thanks to the captain, Ellie McKenna.
Yeah, and really good sustained pressure from Arizona State. Got numerous chances, and you can see just how comfortable they are playing with each other in the offensive zone. They know where each other are, and they're moving the puck high to low, getting the cycle game established as well. Just all aspects of the offensive zone. Arizona State has done a tremendous job at creating offense.
Top line out for UMass as Pearson chipped it over to Balerna, who will rim it around the boards. That one forced out. Lula Swanson giving chase in the near side corner. She bumps up to the board with Manganaro, who will finally play it out. Her pass too far for Kennedy Pearson. Paige Ring the other way. Ring into the zone. Ring had Swanson in front of the crease, but couldn't quite get it into a position off the backhand. And now Dustin will help play this one out via Balerna. UMass looking for an answer. Ellie McKenna, the most recent goal scorer, tried to drop for Ring, but that one will exit the zone. DeZane chips in. It's deflected off of the stick of Manganaro. Now into the corner. Gromko and Powell do battle. This one won out, and UMass had a 2-on-2, but a good stick play by Kylie Brown, who mashes Dunn into the boards. We've got a whistle with 7:35 to go, and they're gonna get Kylie Brown 2 minutes for roughing on that hit against the boards.
Yeah, very unfortunate there as we've seen some heavy body contact back and forth between both sides. I mean, the rule book says no hitting, but there's been plenty of body contact today. The referees, for the most part, have been keeping their whistles away, but just one they couldn't not call, I guess, on Kylie Brown. So she's got the penalty box hat trick.
The referees have definitely picked their favorite Sun Devil to call penalties against. Third on Kylie Brown. Fourth power play opportunity for UMass as Eatinger sprawls to all fours to make that save. UMass 2 for 3 on the advantage.
And again, even though you're up a goal, this is still a massive kill, just given the success of this UMass power play. I said earlier, you don't want to put yourself at a disadvantage. But for ASU, they just need to get back to that high-pressure look they had in that last penalty kill.
Shelby Little's wrist shot on net is juggled around in the paraphernalia of Eatinger, but she's able to corral it, and another whistle just 20 seconds in to this PK for ASU.
And it seems like on this power play, when Shelby Little has the puck on her stick, good things have happened so far as both power play goals have gone right through her.
Face off. Pearson controls. Evans at the point. Wrist shot blocked in front by Pearson. She scored one from there earlier. Now the other way. Here comes Bree Powell. Trying to dangle around Evans, but Riley Evans does a nice job to nullify that chance right at the blue line.
Yeah, great job to use her long stick to her advantage there.
Powell intercepts, turning, and will exit the zone. DeZane with it. She'll chip it down beneath the net of Honan. Good play to get Powell off the ice and just kill a little time on this penalty. As this one's chipped down further, Kuntz racing for it. Not quite far enough for an ice. As this one slowed up behind the ASU net, it's DeZane. Wristing that one, can't quite get it out, and now it's Paige Bryan who will help play it out. She's taken down to a knee. Evans will recollect. It's Joanna Zhu. Zhu working into the blue line, but had it knocked away by Paige Bryan, who is still playing very aggressive. As this one's chipping around in the near side boards. ASU finally able to exit the zone and get some tired bodies off the ice with less than 6 minutes to go, just 10 seconds left on Kylie Brown's penalty. Kate Streak with possession, chipping it off the ASU bench. Kylie Brown is back. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. ASU now 2 for 4 on the PK, not half bad.
Yeah, and UMass didn't have a ton of chances on goal. Eatinger had to make a couple saves that trickled in on her early in that power play, but for the most part, the Sun Devils keeping it to the perimeter and away, as far away from Quinn Eatinger as possible.
Now a scrum for it in the near side corner. Lula Swanson leading the pack for ASU. Draper was there as well. Draper tried to chip that one back into the zone, but can't quite do so as we've reached the final 5 minutes of this one. Here comes Kuntz. Kuntz had it tipped, and now here comes Paige Ring into the zone. Ring tried to center one for Swanson, but it's tipped. And now ASU on a change with space is Williams. Williams into the zone will just chip it into the right corner and allow Sparrow to get off the ice. Here's Bolin. Bolin and Brown right in front of the broadcast booth here, tied up with it. Kristoff out, fires it over to Brown. Brown on the right side, wrist shot, patted away by Honan.
Net came off its moorings there on the near post from our vantage point. As we didn't see that. There was a cluster of players around the net, and then the whistle went, everyone kind of froze, and so did we for a moment.
You never quite know what you're going to get with some of the games in the ACHA, but they're always filled with excitement, and that's exactly what we've got here. 3-2 Sun Devils lead. Face off. One back to Bennett for UMass. Now 3-on-2 if they hurry for the Minutewomen. Far side, Pearson in, backside, no rebound available. Balerna trying to chip in. Now the other way, Kylie Brown giving chase.
And right idea for Balerna, going far pad, trying to get a rebound off the right pad of Quinn Eatinger, but really, really good rebound control. That's something we've seen all throughout Quinn Eatinger's collegiate career here at Arizona State.
Quinn Eatinger took over as the starter partial way through the season as a sophomore and led the Sun Devils to the ACHA National Tournament, a 15-1-1 record in that span. And this year's got 5 of ASU's 7 wins, as this one is controlled by UMass. It was Manganaro who had it for a moment, but now it's Bennett. Dunn tried to chip it ahead for Williams, but now it's Gromko. Hannah Gromko, far right side, slowing up into the slot. Shot, bar down and out. What a lucky break for ASU as Paige Bryan chips one in over the head of Honan. Back behind the net, Bierlmeyer working against O'Neal. Now up to Dunn. Dunn chipping that one out, where Ellie McKenna will go to regroup. McKenna to Draper. Draper goes back for McKenna. McKenna cycling, tied up on the boards with Karlstein. Draper comes out with the puck as the third woman in. Now back up to the top, it's Paige Ring. She tried to flip one in the vicinity of Lula Swanson, but this one's tipped out by UMass, and time is of the essence for them. Just 2.5 minutes to play. Still looking for goal number 3, the equalizer. Wrist shot blocked in front, Dezane on it. Finds Swanson, pass ahead. Here comes Paige Ring. Ring tried to go in between the wickets of Dunford, but she shuts it off. Kylie Brown chipping it deep. Dunford trying to go ahead for Sparrow. She can't quite get there, and now Brown ahead for Murphy, who took a tumble. With less than 2 minutes left, still no sign of Honan leaving the crease, as ASU will break out.
Unfortunately for UMass, they haven't had enough sustained zone time to really be able to pull the trigger, and with this whistle, you imagine this is their chance right here.
Minute 42 to go. Eatinger gets a whistle. She stopped 23 of 25 UMass shots. Honan has played quite the game, 44 saves on 47 shots, but right now is going to be eligible for her for her 4th regulation loss, unless UMass can use the power play tactics when they get a 6-on-5. But it looks like Honan is now going to slowly make her way to the bench as a timeout is called by head coach William Wright. And while we get a minute, let's take a look at the upcoming schedules for both of these teams. For ASU, this will be game 3 of 3 in a row. They've got UMass tomorrow, and then they wrap up their home schedule next Saturday with Arizona before hitting a long 7-game road trip to end the regular season.
Yeah, they play a number of ranked teams. They play Michigan and Michigan Dearborn, as well as a pair of games against the University of Arizona. Grand Valley State mixed into that 5-game road trip, 5 games in 5 days, something you don't really see too often. But as an independent, given the location of ASU compared to the rest of the ACHA, you kind of have to sacrifice those long road trips.
And another independent in UMass Amherst. As we mentioned at the top of the telecast, this is road game 10 in a row. Number 11 will be tomorrow, and then they have 6 games in February, only 1 on the road. They've got 2 at home against Rhode Island. They'll play Niagara at home for 2, and then a away-home split with the Rhode Island Rams to close out their regular season, and they're just looking to get a little more confidence in the win column. Empty net for UMass, 6-on-5 it will be the rest of the way. Face-off chipped in deep behind the net of Eatinger for a moment. Outside the line for O'Neal. O'Neal trying to get it. She fanned on it. Bierlmeyer has it. Bierlmeyer on the empty net. It's blocked in front by Evans. What a play by the big lefty defenseman to keep this one alive. We've got a whistle.
Yeah, puck hit one of the backup goaltenders, Colleen McMahon, on the UMass bench. So Face-off will be outside, but boy, save number 45 on the night was not Mary Honan, but instead it was Riley Evans blocking that one. Got the opening goal of this game.
So now with a neutral zone draw, smartly William Wright will put Honan back in the net for the time being, but you gotta imagine the first sense that UMass can control in the offensive zone, that will change. Face-off dumped in deep, Riley Evans trying to chip it ahead. It's Dustin. Wright mad at Evans for not pinching up on that one to allow an empty net chance. Instead, it's Swanson who risks one in. It's blocked aside by Honan. Now it's Dustin up the near side boards. Honan sprinting out of the net. So with 47 seconds, we're back to 6-on-5. Dustin on the far right half wall. Bedlam ensuing for the puck as seconds tick away from this precious clock. Evans, slap shot, loose to the right side of the net. Trying to center that one was Pearson. Pearson again with it. That one exits the zone. It goes down the length of the ice, but it will go for an icing as Evans is the first there with 17.7 left. Chances running slim for the visitors.
Yeah, and although you're in penalty kill mode for ASU, icings are still as called, 5-on-5. A good job by Riley Evans to hustle back there to preserve any time necessary to try and get this equalizer in this third period.
They've got Shelby Little set up at the top of the point to the left of the faceoff. It's tied up in front of the net for a moment. Here's Zhu. Zhu centering it. It was loose. 6 seconds left. Zhu in the corner battling for it. 2 seconds left. 1 second behind the net, and that'll do it. Arizona State picks up win number 2 in 3 days after losing last night to the Midland Warriors. A big 3-2 win over UMass where it looked like they could have scored a lot more than they did, but they are more than lucky in their mind to come out with 2 big points.
Gutsy effort here this afternoon from both teams for UMass coming off the day off, and a big win against the U of A down in Tucson on Friday. They played really well and in front of Mary Honan, I should say, who was phenomenal tonight. Easily the best UMass Minute woman on the ice. Potentially the best player on the ice, period, for both teams, as she made 45 saves, I believe, and was tremendous in keeping them in the game all afternoon long. And the Sun Devils with just a relentless effort, relentless pressure coming from behind. They could have let, those power play goals that were tough to swallow at times. They could have let it affect them, but they didn't. They just kept their heads down and stuck with what was working. And in the end, they just overloaded UMass, gave them all they could handle and more, and came out victorious.
UMass started 2 for 2 on the power play, but in the end, in the third period, it was the captain, who else? The senior from Anchorage, Alaska, Ellie McKenna, who comes up big. The loss drops UMass to 9-7, 1-3. They'll play right here tomorrow. Arizona State improves to 8-5-2. And Lachlan, any final thoughts before we close it out here?
A lot of tremendous efforts from Arizona State, and for UMass, it's a matter of who's going to go tomorrow. Do you throw Mary Honan back in the cage, as she was phenomenal, or do you go with Sarah Matthews, who's also played 10 games, has a 4-3-0-2 record. Her and Honan have split time between the pipes and have been very successful at doing that, so the goaltending decision will wait, but until then, we have nothing but more sports to enjoy on this Saturday night, and back, quick turnaround, noon puck drop tomorrow, BP.
4 games in 4 days concludes with a puck drop at high noon tomorrow between ASU and UMass for the second time this weekend. For our entire 3-man crew, Brady Hanson running the camera, Lachlan McTagg, my co-pilot on this journey, also running our graphics tonight. I'm Brendan Paul saying so long from Tempe. We'll see you at high noon tomorrow.